Hello and welcome back to the Mail-In Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Merriman. To my right, the lovely Sally deFries. What is up, Sal?
I have been cleaning out my closet all morning.
Ooh, like Eminem?
Yeah, exactly like Eminem. I'm just playing that song on loop
That's
while
great.
I do it.
Cleaning out the closet song. How's it going?
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do it because I can't fit stuff in my closet anymore. And then I was realizing 90% of it I never reach for, and I just wear the same jeans and white t-shirt 80% of the time.
Okay.
I made some real tragic mistakes back in the back. There's stuff that I have in there that I have had since college. Because I do this thing where I'm like, what if I get invited to an 80s themed costume party and I got to wear the sequin dress that I bought
Of course.
15 years ago. And then I also do the weird thing where I have a bunch of dresses that I wore during maternity and postpartum. I'm like, should I keep those? What if we have another kid? Then I also so I talk myself into keeping stuff that I don't need.
Yeah.
That I could just rebuy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's I don't know. Everything just doesn't fit well. It's ugly. I'm really bad about buying basic color stuff. So everything I have is in a really aggressive print.
Okay.
That's clearly out of style. So it's going. And I think when we're done here, I'm going to everything's out of the closet. I took everything out one by one and tried stuff on. I have 1,000 pictures in my phone. But then I think I'm going to go box it up when I get home, just start making decisions.
There we go. I like that. I do the thing where I obviously attach, some sort of sentimental value to pieces of clothing. And that's the reason my closet is, it's good. It's fine. It's just, there's things in there that I'm never going to wear again.
Yeah.
Plenty of room for making numerous decisions. And I've been good about cleaning out closets and dressers and stuff like that. There's just some stuff in there that at some point I got to cut the cord. If I had somebody living with me right now,
my biggest issue is that I spend obscene amounts of money on dresses I'll wear to one wedding.
Sure.
And actually, now that we're kind of out of the wedding phase, Will and I, instead of going to 12-year, we go to maybe 1 or 2. I was buying dresses every time and then being well, I have to keep this because I spent so much money on it. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, I don't even have a place where I wear nice dresses anymore. Why do I have these? So someone is about to hit the jackpot at Goodwill when I drop all this stuff off.
Just dropping off dresses.
I'm actually going to let some of our friends' daughters and stuff look at stuff.
Yeah, you should.
And I don't know. It feels so wasteful.
Yeah, but
it needs to happen.
We all have it. We all do it. I'm kind of due for a wardrobe refresh, I think.
Yeah.
It's been years, really, since I've moved down here, where I was okay, I'm going to get some new stuff and this and that, but I just have a lot going on.
One thing I told myself was you're not allowed to buy anything else till you clean out your closet, and then also take stock of what you need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Course. Yeah.
I think I need a couple pairs of jeans, and I think I need some basic, if I'm going to have dresses, they need to be basic t-shirt dresses or just nothing burger dresses that are in basic colors that I can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not really going out dresses, not wedding, not cocktail. You're going to Pool Burger on a Tuesday.
Why do I have 4 silk blouses? I don't wear silk blouses anywhere. Button down silk blouses from Equipment. Those who know. Is
that you would in theory wear that to an interview perhaps kind of vibe?
Or back in college, it was a going out top. That's what the millennials call it. You have your going out top, but you could go from day to night. Not that I was ever working a corporate job and needed it.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay.
There's a couple that I keep in there. I'm what if I have an interview and I need to wear this random white blouse?
Yeah.
But then I never have an interview. And also, if I did have an interview, I'd be wearing scrubs. So pointless.
But the just in cases in your head. So you attach things to situations. I'm totally sentimental. I'm that was my first time breaking 80, so I have to keep this polo that I'm never going to wear again. And then I do the parents thing. I'm my mom got that for me. I can't throw that away.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little bit more of did that make sense? But it's just I'm not going to wear it again.
Yeah.
It's the memory of my mom buying clothes for me 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Do I need that?
I don't know. I feel bad for my sisters and my friend Margaret, who I've literally been sending copious amounts of text to. I mean, they are going to come back to 400 notifications because I'm like, what about this? Should I keep this? And thankfully, like I need someone to confirm like my thoughts on it.
Okay.
So usually
it's a loose, like as soon as you have one dissension, it's like, okay, cool. Got it.
my sister said something really helpful. And I was like, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. So if you're not gung-ho about it, just
a lot of things in life.
But there's like 4 hell yeses in my closet. I'm going to have no clothes.
Well, there was room for buying more. Randy, when you moved, did you do any closet cleaning?
I threw a couple pieces out in there. I'm pretty good about, I mean, I have stuff that I probably should get rid of, but it's like, I've gotten way better about like, yeah, I don't need this anymore. Just donate it there, you know, but I still have way more clothes than I probably actually need.
I don't have a lot of shoes. I've never been bit by the shoe bug. I rotate 3 pairs of shoes.
I do too, but then I have a bunch of pairs that the shoes is next. I've done basically all of my closet except for my sweaters and shoes.
Okay.
And I'm about to be cutthroat with the shoes.
I think I'm getting to the point with shoes that my rainbows broke. I'm not going to do another pair of rainbows.
Yeah.
I've been influenced by everybody in my life online and this is big for me. I'm looking right into the camera. I think I'll give up the dream of flip-flops and chinos.
Thank God.
Yeah. Wow.
And the crowd goes wild. Thank goodness.
I think I'm giving up the dream. Although
it's more of a nightmare.
Bradley Cooper was out doing it.
Brett,
I'm just
I
saying.
say this with love. You're not Bradley Cooper.
I know. I'm just saying when it gets popular down the line.
This is now I've like hung on to stuff that it's like maybe going to go full cycle again. I did keep 1 pair of skinny jeans because I think they're coming back, but 2, I am like, I need these to like tuck into boots and stuff, you know, 1 pair.
Yeah. I think the boot, the tuck in, the little boot, what are the boot things with they look like socks that you wear like outside the boots.
Oh, you mean like pants. Boot socks?
Boot warmers or something like that.
I think they're
I kind of like that look when girls wear those.
I don't think that's a look anymore.
No.
Sorry.
Rats.
Darn it.
Should we get to the questions?
Let's do it.
We have to be tactical.
We have to be tactical this episode. If you would like to leave a question for us, that's in the description of this episode or in our Twitter bio at Mail In Podcast or in the Instagram bio. Let's get right into it. Ready, Sal? You want the first one?
Yeah, I'll go for it. I'll go first one. Okay. Hey, Brett and Sally, I wrote back in December after I'd had a chemical pregnancy and wanted to give a quick, exciting update. I am almost 11 weeks pregnant with our first child, and everything has been going really well with this pregnancy so far. With this, I do have another question. I'm currently planning my maternity leave, for which I get about 3 months off in Colorado. I'm due mid-January for context. I know the first month or 2 I'll be recovering, but I wanted to see what you think about taking an abroad trip to Europe for 2 weeks towards the end of my maternity leave. For context, I'm also turning 35, which feels like a big birthday. It feels like something I should be celebrating. It feels like I should be celebrating a lot of things. My baby and husband would come with. Would love your thoughts if this is feasible or am I completely delulu? Thanks.
Love delulu.
Okay. Congratulations.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Okay. I'm going to preface. There's 2 things I need to say here. Number 1, maternity leave is not a vacation. And I learned that the hard way because I had Fritz right before summer. Well, kind of right before summer, but like May, June, mid-July. And I was like, I get a summer break. It's like, I'm a teacher. I'm going to have a summer break. It was not a summer break. Okay. Yeah. I literally never left my house. I had pajamas on the whole time.
As you are like giving life to a child.
But like, I like had all these like grand plans of like, I'm going to be a lady who lunches and like have a glass of wine at lunch. Like, no, I didn't even, like I went to like 1 lunch. That was just me personally. Like I was not in a headspace mentally or physically to leave my house. I was tired. I slept when the baby slept, which was most of the day, because you're up all night. And it's not that you're up all night, but you're like, you are up all night. They're still sleeping, but they're waking every 3 hours to feed.
Yeah.
So I think my headspace, and then even with Charlie, I had Charlie and things were a little bit easier because we had a nanny who was helpful, but I was like, I had him in October. I'm like, I have Christmas off. We didn't do anything. We didn't even leave. Because I was like, I'm not going to leave now. I've got 2 kids. That being said, it's definitely doable. I just don't, I hesitate to be like, yeah, plan a Europe trip when you have no idea what kind of postpartum person you're going to be like. And maybe if you have a deadline of like, oh, okay, we're like taking this trip and baby's going to be 9 weeks and like, I got to do it, then you'll have like a goal to get to, like maybe getting them on a schedule and like kind of getting back into your routine. I just like languished for like 3 months straight and I enjoyed it. But it's not a vacation.
Yeah.
Which I learned the hard way.
True.
And everyone is different. So that was my point is, you know yourself best.
Maybe
I
book something refundable perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. So on the second side of that, my little sister, Lily, has been on before. She took her now almost 1-year-old daughter to Italy last year when we went for my brother's wedding. And her daughter was like 6 or 7 weeks at the time. So really young. But there's a couple things about Lily that you should know. Like one, Lily, nothing phases her. Like she does not get stressed out. Like I'm the person that like if my baby's crying or like we miss a window or whatever, like I get really anxious and like stressed. And that I know myself personally, like I wouldn't have been able to go to Europe with a 6-week-old. Lily and Drew, like I think third kid and they didn't have their other 2 kids with them. We're like, whatever.
Yeah.
This is straight up still a vacation. Lily also knew that she was going to have an easy time breastfeeding. It was really simple for her. She like didn't have to like bring a pump, bring bottles, whatever. Like literally she would just like latch the baby on and go on her way. And like, if you're like that, it makes it really simple because you literally don't have to like bring extra shit with you. But Lily's one of those people that's like Earth Mama. She just like, she's really good at being pregnant. She's really good at being postpartum. Yeah. She was made for this. Like good for her. I'm so proud of her. I am the opposite pregnant / postpartum person. Like could not be further apart. So some things to consider if you are going to travel with your kid. And I did travel with Fritz when he was about 2 months old. Charlie didn't travel for the first time till he was like probably 6 or 7 months old. But when they're that young, it is easy because they're literally potatoes. All they do is like eat and sleep. You can like wear them to your chest, which is what Lily and Drew did the entire time we were in Italy. Like literally Winnie was like strapped to one of them the whole time. Yeah. Which I would suggest doing because really you're not going to want to travel till they're at least 8 weeks so that they can get their first round of vaccines. Because and I will say this being happening, she's due in January. It's going to happen around March, I would assume. Like you're at the very end of flu season. With Winnie, it was in August. And I was like, likely you're not going to hit a lot of this like viral stuff. So she's a little bit more protected. And they were like, she was strapped to her the whole time, etc. Yeah. You also need to like be aware of like what kind of mom you are. Like, are you going to need all the gadgets and the equipment? Like, are you going to need, like we went to a ranch one time and when Fritz was at like 6 weeks old and I brought way too much shit. Like I had like the baby monitor, which was like somewhat needed, but like he was literally sleeping in the room with us. I brought like this stroller we never touched. I brought the freaking pack and play. I brought a baby gym. I just was like freaking out because you just don't know what you need. And then turns out you need very little. But like at the time you're so amped up. You're like, if I don't have this specific.
You think of every possible thing that could happen or need. And you're like, well, I might as well have it and not need it rather than need to not have it, which sometimes you don't always need that mantra.
The other thing is if you are going somewhere, like I would suggest Airbnb or VRBOing a house because like you want to be able to have access to laundry. Babies go through so many clothes. They spit up everywhere. They shit on themselves. Like you need to be able to do laundry. And if you are in hotels in Europe and having to send out laundry, that's going to be incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
We went to a laundromat while we were in Italy and like all of us did laundry because one, we didn't want to pack a bunch of stuff, but like Lily had like a full thing of clothes that Winnie had been wearing. It's little things like that you don't really think about. So I am all for traveling with your baby. I think it's really easy when it's your only one and it's your first one. like strap them to your chest.
And when they're potato mode still.
They're potato mode. Yeah. Like it's so easy to like strap them to your chest, stick them on the boob, they sleep, etc. But I personally liked being 1 in the United States and 2 in a place that like I could set up like a sterilizing station for my bottles and like having a sink and stuff like that. So like when we traveled with Fritz, we went to Michigan to his parents' house, like to Will's parents' house. So we had all of the things we wanted. And we didn't have to like bring a bassinet or a bath or whatever, you know. We shipped a lot of stuff there. You also are going to be carrying a fuck ton of diapers because babies go through about 7 diapers a day. So keep that in mind. I just think if I were going to take a trip, I would still take a trip, but maybe go to like the beach somewhere.
Rosemary Beach.
Or yeah, exactly. Or like maybe, I mean, you're already in Colorado, which is nice, but like
dope.
Go have a house somewhere. And if you wanted to be in Europe, great, but I wouldn't bop around a lot of places.
Yeah,
I would like pick somewhere and be like, cool, we're going to go to this random, like we're going to go to Tuscany for a week and hang out in Tuscany or south of France or the UK or whatever, and like plop yourself down and be good. But like be aware that if you are not in your home country, it's going to be, you're kind of not going to have a support system if the baby gets sick or if you get sick or, you know, you have a question or you lose something or whatever. Also, getting a passport is going to be a pain in the ass.
Oh, for the child.
For the child. So you have to like literally be on it. I think Lily, for Winnie, it takes like 2 weeks to get your birth certificate in the mail, the baby's birth certificate. You can't get a passport without a birth certificate.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Because they need to have some form of ID. And then both you and your husband have to be there when you get the passport. Both parents do. And then you have to expedite it.
Expedite it, of course.
Because so Lily had to like, I think that they went somewhere and got everything done and expedited it and they were able to get it in like 2 weeks. But they had to do it like the second the birth certificate came in.
Interesting. Okay.
So.
Hey, a lot of good tips and tricks here.
There's logistically, it's a lot. Yeah. If you are like a really organized person and you're like, yeah, we're going to do this, then like do it. People travel with their kids all the time. I think for me personally, even if I romanticize something like that, I know that like logistically, I wouldn't have been able to handle that. Most people with kids are going to say, you're not taking a vacation, you're just relocating your life somewhere else. Yes. And that is how I act. Like that's how it is for me. Lily and other people are a little different. They're they're able to relax. I am not. Sorry if that was long-winded.
No, I like it. I wish I could contribute more to that question, but I've never been to Europe, nor have I had a child. But you know what I do love? Like you love travel? Summer. What a great time. Something about it just makes you feel your best. So what better time to create healthy meal habits that last? What better time to get Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for clean eating, Randy? Familiar with this Green Chef stuff, Sally?
I am.
They're the best. They make it easy to spend less time in the kitchen and more time enjoying summer. And with their new Heat and Eat meals, enjoy a delicious, wholesome meal in just 3 minutes. Perfect for supporting your wellness journey. I'm currently on one and eating Green Chef to support it. So personal endorsement. Their recipes feature fresh, organic, seasonal produce and 100% responsibly sourced proteins to help you feel your best. They give you the tools. Sally, I say this every week. Give you the tools to be your own boss in the kitchen. Because they give you the ingredients and it's up to you to put it all together, to plate it, to present it. And it's made me a better chef, a better partner, a better man. All thanks to Green Chef. You know what's on the menu this week? How about some Tuscan shrimp and pesto spinach pasta? Italian pork, puttanesca spaghetti. Maybe some tilapia with ginger lime peanut sauce or spicy coconut curry shrimp soup on a bed of rice. This is for Randy. How about some salmon with garlic, scallion, pan sauce, and sweet potato fries? Kidding me right now? Sounds fantastic. Green Chef can do for you what it did for me. With 80 plus dietitian approved weekly meal options, they make it easy to find meals that fit your lifestyle, where you can pick from Mediterranean, gluten-free, plant-based, and protein-heavy, even gut and brain health, or calorie smart too. The recipes also change every week with week-to-week flexibility. You can adjust your plan to match your mood and your schedule. So here's the deal. Make this summer your healthiest yet with Green Chef. head to greenchef.com/50mail and use code 50mail to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 additional months with free shipping. That's code 50mail at greenchef.com/50mail. Here's the next one, Sal. Here we go. Hello, mail-in crew. First time, long time. My wife, she's 29 and I'm 30, have recently moved in with the in-laws. We plan on living with them until we finish the construction of our home. We're 1 month in and have roughly 18 months to go.
Woof.
Let me preface this with I am very thankful of the in-laws allowing us to live with them. I'm struggling to feel comfortable, however, in the house for various reasons. First, I feel like I'm not pulling my weight because when I try to help, I don't know where things go. And I met with a, just let me do it. I can feel that. Just let me do it.
Yeah.
Side note, the father-in-law is very particular about where things go and throws a fit if they aren't in the right spot. Next, our bedroom is next to her parents' room. Do I need to say more? Thirdly, my father-in-law goes to bed very early and gets up very early. We're talking like 8 and 5:30 a.m. He's retired, so I don't know why he does this. Once he's up and at 'em, he doesn't have a quiet bone in his body, and I can't go back to sleep. My wife can sleep right through it because she grew up with it. However, I can't, so now I'm becoming sleep deprived and grumpy all the time. The list goes on with smaller things, but those are the main issues. What are your recommendations for coping with this for the next 18 months? Thanks. P.S. Brett, in my early 20s, I used to live 2 blocks from the Gem Saloon. Man, what a spot. Love going there on a Thursday night or for a Saturday afternoon beer. Shouts to the Gem Saloon. You probably saw me there. Thursday nights at the Gem were the best. 18 months with the in-laws. Sal.
This is rough. This is rough.
And I can hear the dad like opening cupboards and like jangling breakfast, like coffee. It's just like you're what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you opening and closing things that you don't need to open and close?
I truly know. I know in my heart of hearts that if Will and I ever were redoing a house and my parents offered for us to live there, there's no way we would do it. And like my parents are maybe at their house for full like 48 hours every week. Like they travel so much for work and stuff. Like they're never there. It would like ruin our relationship. Not only my relationship with Will, but also my relationship with my parents. It's just really, really hard to live with in-laws.
A year and a half.
A year and a half is rough.
At least too, because we know building.
We know building and labor. Am I right?
Truly. It's already hard. It's so hard when it's like your in-laws, like not your own parents. But then it's hard to also be the person who it's your parents because you have to kind of be the go-between. But then also like you're living in a home under your parents' roof, like as an adult. So like not really with their rules, but like kind of. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be
norms.
respectful of their norms for sure. And probably rules too. But you're also 30. Like there's like a come on, pops. I'm gonna do my thing.
This is tough.
You're also legally married, so like, what are you gonna ground you? Like, go to your room. And
like, I'm inclined to be like, just go get an apartment. But like, I know. But paying 2 mortgages or like even 2 rents, whatever it may be, is like a shit ton of money. Hey. Obviously, like staying with your parents or anybody else is like a way better option financially.
Of course.
Obviously.
Now
that being said,
what do you? I cannot. I mean, I have lived with like girlfriend's parents for weeks at a time. Loved it, but also didn't have the problems that this guy's having, where it's like, oh, everything needs to be particular and this and that, and it seems like the faster you sort of like let that wash off your back, and you're just like, I'm not going to sleep well. It's going to be particular, and it's going to get better. It's just new, and you're a month in, and you're sleep deprived. You're grumpy, so it is going to get better just as time goes on and you get more used to things. But I, in my opinion, I'm just like, well, this is our situation. We're lucky to have what we have.
Right.
I'd kill for this, frankly. So like, there's a degree to me that's like, just be where your feet are, and like, let it wash off you. That house is going to be that much better when you get into it.
Yeah.
Because of this experience. Then there's also part of me that's like, go to Florida or Montana or Saratoga for like a month every every other, just be like, oh, we're going to go get an Airbnb for a month. And it doesn't, because they don't have kids, I don't think.
Yeah.
So like, if you can be remote, hey, we're going to go spend 4 weeks in Oregon for like whenever you need that like reset.
Yeah, time to take some trips if need be.
Yeah, take some, maybe not a
breaks,
full on apartment,
even like a staycation too.
You can do like there's people that offer the monthly rates on Airbnb. You're like, oh, that's interestingly doable. So
yeah, breaking it up so that you have something to look forward to is always nice. Couple things that you can like do in the immediate to help it get a little bit better. For like from a purely practical standpoint, if you're being woken up by the dad, like, have you tried a sound machine or earplugs? Like, I know also that sounds dumb, but like sleeping with a sound machine we don't sleep with one anymore, but we did for a while because we had it in our room, like with both of our kids. It actually like drowns out a lot of that noise if you can do it. Like,
especially at the morning clinks and clanks.
Yeah. Or earplugs. I mean, I don't know. I haven't ever had to sleep with
become an old man and get up with them.
Yeah. Or just start getting up at 5:30 and like working out.
Yeah, working on. Yeah, maybe this is an opportunity for this guy.
Yeah. But I am one of those people that I have to get up early. So, but like not by choice, but when left to my own devices can sleep in and like can sleep with stuff going around me. So it's hard for me to like commiserate with this guy. Will is like this guy. Like when I wake up and I wake Will up, it's like he's up. I'm
like, the same way. Yeah. I'm up.
And it's like, I think it's frustrating to him because he's like, I could have slept like probably another hour. You're up at 5:30, which it does suck. Like if you're trying not to start your day at 5:30, like that's really annoying.
Oh yeah. As somebody who recently, I don't know if this is like the biological clock in me being like, you should probably figure out how to become a father sometime soon. I'm up at 6 every day with sans alarm, Sally. I don't know what it is. I have changed dramatically my body clock.
Gross.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I cannot explain it. I sleep fine. I go to bed a little earlier than I have always gone to bed. And I'm waking up ready to go at 6. And I'm just like,
good.
Is that getting older?
Kind of, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do get up. I mean, I don't know that I get up early by choice anymore, but like I just get up early now.
Yeah.
That's just but I barely sleep at all anymore. So it doesn't matter.
My dad always did too. My dad was always like a 7. My mom was like a 4 a.m.
So
she would go out and she would go swim, run, bike.
She's up at 5:30.
Yeah. And be back at the house by 6. But I guess maybe I'm just getting
honestly, I kind of like you're like use this opportunity, like change your routine. Like maybe you get some work done in the morning. Maybe you go work out. Maybe you like
get out of the house, go for a walk.
It is like I was never a morning person, and now that sometimes when I like have the morning to myself, I like literally get to like drink a coffee.
It's
and,
delightful.
Like, I don't do that now when I'm at work because I literally get up, like roll out of bed, put on scrubs, brush my teeth, swipe some mascara, and go about my day.
Sure.
But like on the weekends when I'm up, I'm like, okay, I'll sit here for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like especially on vacation, because on vacation I never really sleep in.
Oh yeah. It's also the only time like in Austin, especially now when you can like sit outside, enjoy a little bit of fresh air before it gets sweltering.
Yeah.
I've been doing that lately. Having a morning Celsius on my patio after working out.
Yeah.
Which is like, tell that to me to like 5 years ago, Brett. I'd be like, what?
Would never. The other thing I was gonna say about the like kind of getting in the way is that I think, like you said, will work itself out. One thing you could do is in like a nice way when the opportunity presents itself, like maybe you're like putting up dishes and be like, hey, I do want to like contribute. So will you tell me where you like things to go or like what way you like to do it? That's just going to be a compromise between you and the family because everyone does things differently. And I am the same way when like people are in my house, but then I have to realize like they're trying to help me. And if I need to go behind them and like fix it, but it's also like that every couple goes through that when they start living together. It's like we've talked about this in the past, like maybe you load the dishwasher one way and they load it another way and you kind of like meet in the middle of how you're going to do things.
Sure.
And maybe just like, it's only a month in, like use the next few weeks to like watch what he does.
Yeah. It sounds like he might be a sort of a disciplinarian holdover from a boomer. So it's like, maybe you just ask, hey, Pops, would you mind give me the rundown here?
Yeah.
Where do you want things? And then try not to mess up.
Or I don't know. I think just if you're going to help out, do stuff that it doesn't involve organizing. Cause I'm like this, like if my roommate's girlfriend was washing stuff and she put it in the wrong place. And I had to spend like the next 10 minutes trying to find it. Like when I need it, it would piss me off. I'm like, I get like you were helping out.
That Midwest boomer in you, Randy. I've seen that before.
The place for everything in its place. It's like when I go to get it, it's like not there. I'm like, all right, now I need to go on a search to go find it. It's like, I appreciate you trying to help out, but I would prefer it just being dirty in the sink where I know where it is. So maybe like try to offer, you're being.
So you're telling us got to leave dirty dishes in the sink.
I'm saying do not make more of a mess and be appreciative, but help out in ways that aren't organizing. Like, hey, I'll go grocery shopping or I'll do something else. You need help around the house doing something. When it comes to putting stuff back in the place, like that would be something that would really piss me off as a dad.
And what do you do about these people trying to get intimate in their relationship?
That's what we said earlier.
Next door.
You need to go on trips.
Go on trips,
go
or
buy a weekend thing.
Buy her parents dinner every once in a while and be like, "Yeah, you guys, night out for you guys.
Yeah,
go ahead. Here's an Applebee's gift card.
Restaurant bathroom, parking lot.
Okay, Randall.
Okay,
get in the car and have a Jesus.
It's time to really explore your relationship there.
We're just doing quickies all over the place.
Exactly.
Except the bedroom.
Make it exciting.
Good luck. Shouts to the gems.
No, assert dominance. Make it really loud.
Oh, yeah. Stare your father-in-law right in the eyes after walking out.
Give him a high five.
Okay. I think we're ready for the next one.
But man, my brother, he did this for 2.5 years. He lives with my parents with his wife while their house is getting built.
Yikes.
Yeah. I just asked.
Yeah. 18 months.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Hey, Mail and Crew. I'm in a job right now. I like what I'm doing. I like who I work with, but I don't know if I see myself there for forever. And I'm asking this ahead of time because before I actually have to jump ship. How do you know when it's time to change jobs, or how do you know when it's time to change fields other than the burnout, the mental health, the physical health aspect of it all? How do you know what's a good time to make that change? What are signs to look for? Things like that.
Well, I think as somebody who's literally done this, for me, it was you start with like the feeling of, okay, this is a great, I'm in a good spot. I like what I'm doing. I like who I'm with. I like the people. Then there's that first inkling of like, either I'm not fulfilled, like this job isn't fulfilling my personal, financial, aspirational, whatever it might be. There's some sort of like lack of I'm not getting to where I want to be, or I'm not doing what I want to do. So that starts. And then there's like, well, what if it changes? A raise or a new team or like different role title, whatever you want to call it. And then maybe try that. And it helps for a little bit, and then it goes away, and then it helps for a little bit, then it goes away. And then maybe you're like angry at things. Maybe you're like, I wish this would change. I want this to change. I want to be the change at this role or this job or this burnout situation. I think I can change this. Once you hit that point, you're still good. It's when you hit the point of apathy that's when you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you know, like, oh, it's time to look, to search, to jump ship. When you hit the point of like, not that you don't care, but when your motivation is hit that point of like, I don't care if my role, if I do super well or just fine or whatever, I'm collecting a paycheck at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Once you hit that point of no return, that's when you know it's time. And sort of it's like when adjacent,
mm-hmm.
you can feel it when you have no longer like wanting to change things. Probably the same thing goes for a relationship. When you're just hitting the point of, I don't care where this goes. I'm just doing it for comfort or paycheck or whatever. That's when it's time.
Yeah, I think for me, I agree with everything you said. This person asked like about burnout,
mm-hmm.
and I think burnout sneaks up on you. You know what I'm saying?
I also think it's sort of universal. Like,
I think it's very universal, but what I think is that you don't realize you're burnt out until you're well past the point of burnout.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, all of those signs are kind of what you're talking about. Like you get to be apathetic. You kind of maybe have outgrown what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, like burnout is the stopping point, right? Like, I mean, maybe it's not the stopping point. Many of us have stayed at jobs well past when we were burnt out of it.
Of course,
like,
yeah.
I think everyone in this room has probably dealt with that. But it's like the little stops and signs along the way of like, you're getting there. And I totally agree with you. Like, have you outgrown your role? You're bored. For me, it's like you start really like homing in on like really like dumb shit that like starts pissing you off.
Yeah.
Again, things just that you could apply this to relationships, like just little things that start really like ruining your day.
Getting at your gourd kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, man, that shouldn't and hasn't, and now it does.
Right.
And it's not big stuff. It's little things. Like
another thing that I think is really important about your job satisfaction and avoiding burnout, but also like wanting to stay in the job you're in, is being appreciated for what you're doing. And now being a leader at my job, but also having witnessed this with people in my life, it's like, if you are doing something over and over and giving every single thing you have for this job, and it's either met with like criticism or no praise, it's so easy.
Or even acknowledgement.
Just absolutely, with no acknowledgement, completely catapults you into burnout, in my opinion.
Yeah. If not,
that's probably the
worse.
fastest thing that's going to like send you there.
Yeah.
Because, and I think, from a medical perspective, many of our providers get burnt out really quickly, especially during busy season, which is like for us at the end of the year. It's already so busy with everyone's personal lives, but then because people are sick, but also trying to get surgery at the end of the year, things like that. Like, it's crazy busy, and it's so easy to just be done with everything. And one thing I've had to teach myself as a leader is like, this is the moment when people need the acknowledgement. And when you are having to acknowledge something way after the fact, when like maybe that person's gone, you're like, no, but we like valued you so much. It's like, well, where was that months ago?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's like always you're leaving. What if we just offered you this? Or what if we do this? And it's like, no, that the time for that was years, if not, months, if not years ago.
So in my opinion, like if you are bored at your job, and like, I'm not saying like everybody's bored at their job, but like everything is like monotonous to you. You have no like goals or anywhere to go forward
or path, or
exactly.
Just kind of like cashing checks.
That's number one. If you're apathetic, you just don't give a shit. Like, that's number two. But if you also are not being appreciated for what you're doing, like you're not being valued. Like, go somewhere where people value you. Do something that's fulfilling to you. And like, you're never going to be fulfilled if you don't feel like you are meeting that need for other people, if that makes sense.
Totally. And then you say, it's like, I don't know that I see myself there forever. It's tough to be like, I see myself at a place forever for anybody.
I don't think anybody in our like generation
especially
does a
our
job.
Generation, yeah.
It's actually insane. Like, I've been at my company for 6 years, and I'm one of the like most tenured people there. Like, doing any job for like a decade is kind of wild. Like,
insane nowadays
for our generation.
Yes.
Whereas like our parents would like literally stay in one job for their entire lives.
Yeah. They have more of an incentive to, like pension and like
exactly.
Pensions and
but when
there's
stuff. So many things that make people leave jobs. And usually it's a culmination of like a bunch of things. So it's hard to pinpoint like, oh, okay, well, you should like look out for this. But exactly what you said, kind of, if you know, like, you will know when it's that point for you. And maybe it's 5 different things that have like all happened at the same time or been slowly building. And now you've like pushed you over the edge. And maybe it's like one incident that's just like, I gotta go.
Yeah. And when that grass starts looking really green, that's when you start exploring, right? Like there's the idea of it versus finally being, like, okay, I'm going to commit to finding something new. I mean, I need to. And the other thing I wanted to kind of ask you is, she mentions, I don't know that I see myself there forever. Also asking about when it's time to change jobs or change fields. So like, not only like, it's one thing to say you hate the hospital you're at. You're like, I love nursing. I love this. I love whatever. But I need to get out of here and go to a different city.
Right.
And versus I can't do this field I'm going to change everything, which you have done.
So on to that point, and I was actually about to bring this up. When you say grass is always greener, when you're in the same career and maybe you're jumping jobs, it's not grass is greener, it's grass is a different shade.
Yeah, sure.
Of green. And you have to decide if you like that shade of green. I say that all the time about medicine. It's like, if you got into medicine and you think you're not going to deal with a bunch of bullshit all the time,
just wherever you're at.
Incorrect. And everyone who's in medicine knows that. Like, we are dealing with insane stuff from all sides, like especially in anesthesia, but a bunch of other things too. It's like you're dealing with government input, you're dealing with like patient safety. There's like 17 different interests that you're having to keep everyone happy. And that becomes a lot of bureaucratic bullshit. And at the end of the day, the reason that I stay in my field of work is because I want to help people.
Sure.
So if whatever your mantra is, if that's why you're doing it and that's why you chose, like, you are choosing to do your job because you like talking to people, you like connecting, you like selling the brand, you like doing all those things. Like, if that changes and you're like, I don't want to do that anymore, that's when you know I need to leave the career.
Totally change fields.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, if what you got into it for, so for me, like helping people, being there during somebody's vulnerable moments, like giving the best that I can and like keeping people alive, that will never change. And as long as like that's what I'm doing in anesthesia, then I will keep doing anesthesia.
Sure. Absolutely.
Maybe not, a 40-hour work week every time.
No. Or at that same place or wherever, or in the same city. Like, it just, that's the difference between, obviously field and job. But I think like she's, kind of searching for field and job. That's another thing when you kind of know when you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Where you have, if you like the things you do or the things you learned in college that you are now applying at your job or whatever license you may have or whatever marketing division you're in, and you're getting there. Maybe it sounds like you are at least curious about changing fields and explore. Like, that's something fun to think about on a weekend. Explore what you might want to do. And where I do that all the time. Not that I would want to change jobs or fields, but like
everyone's always thinking
got
about
dreams, right? I want to develop golf courses. That's not a job. That's not a realistic job for me right now, or
could be
5 years in the future even. But like down the line, that's what I want to do. So, there's just always sort of like if you're an ambitious person, especially a grass is greener.
Yeah.
Then when you know,
especially when you want to quit your job is when every morning you say to yourself, I don't want to fucking go in. I hate this job. And you sit at your desk mad every single day. That's how I was in my job in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I eventually moved. One thing, I was like listening to this podcast and he was talking about, like in your life, the allegory, like Sisyphus, the guy that pushes the stone up the hill, is like, he learned from this thing. It was like, you getting burnt out from pushing up the stone the hill. And then you think, what would really change this? If I find a new stone.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the biggest thing is like, is it always like, say like, are you just tired of what you're currently doing? And like, is a new thing, it's just going to be a new stone. So like, you need to like, think about yourself, like, all right, maybe I'm not mad at this stone. It's just how like I'm pushing it. It's like,
if you're tired,
you don't need a completely new career job. You might just need a new outlook on it.
Sure. New outlook. Or do you go like the change of scenery where you're still doing the same, like if you're annoyed by your team or your management structure or the way they do things internally and you move jobs, chances are you're going to end up with the same set of different, but like similar issues 2 years down the road there.
Exactly.
Or do you look inside yourself and say, I need a full on field career life change and go figure out what's next in that department. But again, so it's when you know adjacent. There's that feeling of when you know, but there's also factors that are going to change that sort of spectrum, I think.
Yeah. Next one.
Yeah. Hey guys, what do you do when you see one of your friends following a lot of questionable women on Instagram? Makes me think of that guy just gooning all the time. Shocking. Shocking, I say, how many women he follows. What do you think about this there, Sal?
Oh, man. If I only knew someone like this.
Hey, you go through my following right now. It's clean as a whistle.
Okay. I'm glad that you changed that because it was every single girl on my Discover feed. And like, I'll look at this post and liked by Brett Merriman. That's crazy.
I don't know about that.
I don't think you need to do anything.
I think you're just, it's like,
it's like the joke. It's like you can joke about with your friends. The only time I feel like it's like kind of necessary to like step in is it's like this guy's like married and like clearly like simping over OnlyFans girls.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, dude, because that is a thing. Like I like know dudes who are married who are like liking stuff. I'm like, we can see that you like it. Like that's how the algorithm is now, you guys. Like stop being so horny. Or like in public, like be horny but don't like it. Like come on, like use your brain for 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Look but don't touch, and that means the like button.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't touch the like button.
I mean, you can literally like say it in a joking manner to their face and be like, dude, we can all see you like liking every single Vegas bottle girl's photos. Like, come on.
Yeah. Or like DMing like AI Instagram chicks.
Yeah. Yikes.
That's when you have it. Like he's like,
but like not your problem.
No.
It's the same way as like your friend being the strip club guy. It's like, you're not going to like change him. He's not going to stop being the strip club guy. Yeah. But like, you can just openly acknowledge that he's the strip club guy.
Mm-hmm.
Every friend group has one.
You're the strip club guy.
He's the guy who's gooning to people on Instagram. Like, it is what it is. I think that it's only an issue if he's like dating someone seriously, thinking about marrying them, is married, has children, where you're like, hey, people can see your online presence. You need to stop. Like,
get a burner if you really need
get a burner in incognito mode. Like, don't be dumb.
The Reels thing now, being able to like
just outs people. Just
Instagram
fully
showing
outs people.
what Reels you like. I found myself scrolling that. I'm like, what are my friends like doing?
We've talked about this too.
Yeah.
It's actually, I like stuff and I will send it to people, but I never really hit the like button. Now I've started to like videos more because I want people to see what I'm liking and just see like, what is this crazy stuff Randy's liking?
I'm very cognizant now about what I'm just like, what I'm liking. And
I only like things.
Not that I was not cognizant
which
before,
I think is the purpose of it, to like tailor the algorithm to that. Like if I've spent way too long on a deep dive of like competitive high school cheerleading, I have to go like back into the fashion world and just like a bunch of stuff and be like, listen, I don't care about cheer athletics that much. Okay. I need you to like pivot. Okay. I don't.
I just find myself like, I follow like a buddy's wife or, a married person, and they're like liking like very deep, like problematic relationship stuff, and like it's gonna be okay. And I'm like,
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
You're like,
everybody
hey,
good over there?
You're gonna get a divorce?
Yeah.
We need to talk about this. Like that's uncomfortable.
Should I tell my buddy? Oh,
no. I mean, people just be cognizant.
People be liking. Let's do the last one.
So we keep punting this last one.
Let's do number 6.
Okay. Hey, Malin. I'm in year 5 of marriage in a family that grew up with more money than I did. I was having this conversation with my wife and we were on very different wavelengths. So I want to ask you and the entire zip code. That's what I'm calling the Malin listeners. Okay. The zip code. What was the indicator that you were growing up of someone who had money? Like mine was that the neighbors had canned soda, then they had it like that. Oh, okay. Sorry. They were rich if they had canned soda. Wife says it's more in-ground pool. My bar is obviously lower. Curious what you think. What was there growing up?
100% easiest answer in the world. Finished basement.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You had it like that.
You had it like that.
In-ground pool is the obvious. Like pools are great. Up above ground pool versus in-ground, that was a very easy, like, okay, they got it like that. But finished basement was the Northeast's, like, you got it like that. And like that 2002 to 2009 period, when everybody was finishing their basements, they just became like the media, like houses in Texas have the media room somewhere.
Yeah.
That was in our basement.
Yeah.
Everybody's basement. And they had the big ass sectional couch and the big ass TV and the wet bar. Like the basement became the hangout spot.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you,
you guys
like,
don't even have, I just can't even imagine.
We don't. Can I tell you something that's really dumb that like was my immediate thought of this is like my 7-year-old, like these people are rich.
Okay.
And I actually think this has more to do with the fact that I grew up as a kid in a family of 5. So, but when people had bomb ass snacks, and I'm talking specifically about Gushers, I was like, oh,
That's pretty good.
they're loaded. Because my mom would never buy us Gushers.
Never, ever.
Or like a lot, like we had like Costco snacks, like Costco and Sam's Club, because I mean, we didn't even start having Costco till like high school, but like the shit that you could buy in like massive family size cartons,
Of
like
course.
the
You're
giant carton of
7,
goldfish
so it was like,
and like cheapo cereals. We were never the family that got like the Gushers, the Lucky Charms, the whatever. Like that was for rich people.
Okay.
And like arguably, I think people like probably looked at us and were like, you're upper middle class, but like we were feeding 5 people or 7 people.
Yeah.
So it's like snacks to me was like, oh, okay.
I had the same, not like a similar problem where my mom only like, she was really early on like the organic, no processed side of things. So instead of goldfish, we had Annie's cheddar bunnies. Instead of Oreos, we had like, God knows what they were, cookie creams from the farmer's market kind of store.
No, she was early.
She was early. But,
we also, I would say around high school, I started noticing how other people would travel. And then like really hit home in college when like we went on a ski trip and like a couple of my friends flew first class and I was like,
okay.
Fuck, okay. Like
you ain't buying that ticket.
Like, excuse me? Like,
goodness.
And then now as an adult, the way that I know like, okay, they're loaded is like their parents bought their house. Come on.
I mean, yep.
Like
Randy,
your parents buy your house, like you got it like that.
Which,
like, good for you.
Yeah, good for you. I wish that ain't gonna happen
for me. But great for you. It's just little things like that. It's funny the stage of life you have to be at to like care about that stuff. Like when I was young, it was snacks. And then it was like, it was small things like when we would travel, like with my like dance group, it was like, oh, we stayed at the budget hotel. But like my friend always stayed at like the upgraded version of the hotel.
Okay.
And I think again, that it's like, it's your own perception because I think now like, I'm a pretty bougie traveler and I like to like travel nice, but my parents were never like that. It was like, we're taking the cheapest ass route to get there. And like, we're going to stay in the cheapest place and whatever. And now I'm like, I'm the opposite where I'm like, I will pay extra to have like a better, like less shitty layover situation.
Sure.
Or no layover at all. Like it changes life phase by life phase.
Totally. I'm similar where I'm like, I like $30 to, I think about it like with time, $30 to save a bunch, like 3 hours of travel on a stop. Like, of course, $100. I'm also like, oh, let's get up close. The thing then there's like the Uber from JFK to New York versus like going to take the train where I'm now a train guy.
Low key, the train's faster.
The train is 1, low key faster, and 2, you're always moving. So even if it takes an hour, you're just like, at least you're moving. You're not stuck or stopped or waiting for an Uber, and it's not $104 to get from JFK to Manhattan. So like that's the thing. I don't know, but like had it like that. Snacks is a great one. I think in-ground pools are like an obvious one. Cars, like Saratoga, everybody kind of had like whatever the equivalent of like a Ford Explorer
when you were 16 though, there were the people who like
your first car
definite had it like that. You inherited one of your parents' cars. It's like old as shit or they buy you a used car. But there were a couple people who got some like, maybe they weren't brand new off the lot, but like the people who were like driving around 4Runners at my high school, I was like, oh damn.
The kids now you see with like the Regents High School and the F-150. That's like, okay, man.
But even if I had it like that, my dad would never, because he's like, you're going to fucking wreck this thing. I don't trust you. And like, I think about that now. I'm like, oh God, if I have to buy a car for Fritz or Charlie, like they will probably get the Audi that I drive right now.
Just get an old ass like Jeep
it's going to be like 30 years old. And be like, guess what? This is what you're driving. Well, it won't be 30 years old, but like, it'll be 20 years old. And I'm like, here you go. Here's your car. Runs great.
Runs great. And it's an Audi. Fuck, that's it's real stuff.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice
I was
car.
01 Chevy Impala.
97 Honda Civic.
People thought I was the cops and they would go slow in front of me. And it was really annoying because it was a white Impala.
Yeah. We,
what, Randy, Midwest and Northeast, I feel like we'd probably have similar, like you got it like that.
Yeah. So, man, canned soda, that seems very.
I mean, garage fridge is one. But
Oh,
I feel
garage
like
fridge is one, but it's
garage
also
fridge,
like a
we had a
space thing.
basement
yeah,
fridge.
that was a space.
We had a
Basement
garage fridge, but
yeah.
again, like a fuck ton of food and drinks.
Mhm.
We did actually, for a little bit, have a soda machine, like
Whoa.
a fountain soda machine.
Okay.
But it was
I
like,
had it like that.
we did have it like that, but it was a pain in the ass. I think my parents were like, this was a mistake.
Yeah.
You know
Always
what else
broken.
is that you had it like that? Ice machine.
As in, like, not the fridge.
Not from it, like a bar
A fridge
ice
with-
machine.
Back in the
Actually,
day, a fridge with a water on the front, like that. Back when we were growing up, that
dude,
was. had it
do
like
you remember
that.
the time period, like when you went from like not ceramic, but like a tan fridge to like
the
a
stainless steel?
stainless steel?
Yeah.
And as your friends kind of like,
That was.
if you
had
had
it
a
like
stainless
that.
steel fridge, you had it like that.
We had a finished basement, but like my dad pretty much did all the drywall, electric, all by
Oh
himself.
yeah, my
stuff
uncle.
like that.
So
Yeah.
it didn't look like
So
mine was it was finished, but it was not like the recessed lighting, like
Oh, we did.
very nice.
him and my brother did it like because I think he was in between jobs one summer. So him and my older brother is like, all right, this summer we're just gonna build out there.
There you go.
So that was nice. But I think the biggest one would be boat and
Sure, yeah.
in-ground pool, of course, and like yearly trips to like Florida or a different
Yeah.
state or something like
Oh,
that.
if you had a standing like, oh, we know the Johnsons are going to Rosemary Beach
They're going to Key West.
every year. They do it for these 2 weeks during
Yeah.
summer.
College for me was
Yeah.
the like, we to our lake house. Like,
Sure.
oh, second
yeah.
help. Okay.
Lake house. If you got
great.
a lake house,
Good
you got
for
it
you.
like that. You got it like that.
Oh yeah.
Man, we could do
What
a
a
lot.
fun time.
Fun time on the mail-in today, folks. We if you have you had it like that, let us know in the comments.
In-ground
great
pool is the
soda.
one.
Ones. Canned soda.
Canned soda.
That's
Garage fridge, that was always, I mean, that spanned classes, I feel like, though.
yeah.
Anywho, that's going to do it for us in the mail. And please leave a review. Shoot us a question over there. Description of this episode or the Twitter or Instagram bios. Sally, where can the people find you real quick?
Sally deFries.
Sally
On
Freeze.
Social media.
Social media. I am Brett Merriman at Schmerriman on those said social media platforms. That's Randy Trimbacki on the ones and twos. Thank you, Randy.
Yep.
See you guys next week.
Bye.